and the inside through
What
turn
a
30.
move! The Aston Martin driver is desperate to keep a hold of the position. Oh, how has he managed that as well?
Wow.
Will he go on the inside? Oh, he tried it. Oh, squidges out.
Big crash there. Turn 15, isn't it?
Oh, he's dropped. What a move for the SF.
Wow.
Jolly, world champion for the second time in a row.
Vidal is a four-time champion.
And Harvey is the F1XL Season 17 champion. Good evening, everybody, and welcome along to the finale of what is the F1XL Season 27. I should have written that down. And it is the ASR, and I'm joined by Mr. Barnes. So the troublesome duo from Division 4 in this season are now in the comms box, Barnes. This is going to be an interesting one.
Oh, very much so. I'm very much looking forward to this. First time commentating, and I've been chucked at the deep end with co-coms for the ASR. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how this all pans out, and got obviously 20 of the finest drivers in the F1XL league on the grid tonight. So yeah, let's just get going.
Get going indeed. Let's have a quick look at where the drivers are driving. Obviously, we know it's in Catalonia for the Spanish Grand Prix, but let's see what cars they're actually in. And as you can see, right now we've got the McLaren team, which, looking at it, we may be missing Krabs for this one. But Krabs and Sparrow in the McLaren team, a Division 1 driver, and the champion of Division 1 was Krabs, and a Sparrow from our division. It's an interesting division for McLaren driving lineup, that, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Krabs was incredibly fast and incredibly consistent, winning 9 races in the season. So he's probably the one to beat. I think Sparrow needs a good race. He needs to keep out of trouble, finish the race, and I think that pair could go far if Sparrow can keep it clean and avoid silly penalties.
It's another tough one to crack. I think that McLaren will be this season in the ASR. But over to the Ferrari garage, we got Harrison, a serious winner. Well, yeah, he is a serious winner. He's had many titles here in F1XL, and alongside him is F1XL Norris, who finished 4th in Division 4. Was still technically could have possibly hit 3rd, but kind of the best of the rest out of the top 3.
Yeah, so Harrison, as you say, is a 6-time champion in F1XL in 10 seasons. That's an incredible statistic that he's won 6 championships in 10. Norris, he's been with us for 18 seasons, and obviously he is one of the defending ASR champions, as he and Quick won the ASR last season. So I'm looking forward to seeing if Norris can go back to back, or if there was another team on the grid that can upset the apple cart.
Yeah, and from Ferrari to Red Bull, and Quick who is a serial winner in the ASR, is leading that one with a very, very quick driver in Division 4, Uld, who could have won that championship had it not been for a few silly mistakes and a few missed races in Division 4 this season.
Yeah, so Quick is going for a fourth ASR win in a row, and he's going for a third constructors ASR win in 4 seasons, which it's like this guy is attracted to the ASR wins. He just wants the ASR win more than anything else. And as for Alds, well, yes, he did make some mistakes in the Division 4 Championship, but qualifying, he has had 9 pole positions. So expect him to upset some of the Div 3 drivers in qualifying. You may see him sort of top 10, top 11. He is very, very good at qualifying. So looking forward to seeing what he can do.
Definitely. And next over to the, well, our car for the season, which was Mercedes. We've got Gamerman Steph and Link's Adventurer there. Well, Steph is a very, very quick driver, and Link's another driver. Finished second in the championship in the end. But if they kept it clean and pointing in the right direction, possibly could have had a championship themselves.
Yeah, Lynx, he won the last 3 races of the season. Had he had that form earlier in the season, you could be looking at a completely different champion in Div 4. Steph, he was probably the best of the rest in Div 1. He only got 1 win, but had 6 podium finishes, so he was quite consistent. But obviously, the likes of Harrison, Krabs, and Quicktid were just that little bit quicker. So he was just always fighting for sort of the best of the rest, which is unfortunate. But he's qualified for ASR, and that's a good team.
Yeah, very, very tough team is the AMG. That one, the Aston Martin team sees the Division 4 champion of Wadey team up with Sportsmad, who finished 5th in Division 1. Very another interesting title fight here. A title fight. Well, we could call it a title fight. I'm not 100% sure, but an interesting fight nonetheless. As it could be another team to definitely. I suppose we could say that about every team, but it's another team to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Wadey, he was consistent. He had how many podiums did he have? He had 9 podiums and 4 wins in division number 4, and consistent like that. Consistency is key to winning championships. And when Alds made mistakes, he was there to capitalise on it. When Lynx wasn't at the front of the grid because he had quality bands, he was there to capitalise on it, and that's what wins you championships. Sportmad, he did win the first race of the season, and I that shocked quite a few people. But then he just didn't follow it up. Unfortunately, he only got the 1 win in the entire season. But he did have 6 podiums. So no, he didn't have 6 podiums. He just had the one win and a couple of podiums. But again, on his day, can really upset people. And again, we just got to see what happens with that one.
I don't think we're going to have enough time to divulge too much into all this, but in the Alpine, we've got Sky the Senpai and Forensic Narwhal. Funnily enough, they were both Red Bull drivers, just in different divisions. A very interesting lineup there. From the other side of the pond is the Alpine side, because they're the America side or Canadian side, depends if you want to wind them up.
The full North American team, yes, we've got Sky the Senpai from Canada, and a Forensic Narwhal is from the United States. So we'll call that team North America.
In the Haas team, we've got Leonardo, who agonisingly close to the championship, but to settle for second in Division 2. Alongside him is Adski in Division 3.
Yeah, Adski is consistent, but he did miss a few races this season. And Leo, 19 points off winning the championship. That race did go down to the final race of the season. But unfortunately, it wasn't Leo's day.
Wasn't, unfortunately. Then in the RB, you've got I'm just going to call him Chaz because that name is far too long for me to say. And
we call him Chazza.
Chaz, it's Chaz. Blazed, even Chaz is too long. Chaz and Blazed in the RB. Again, another interesting team. Blazed possibly had a little bit of a season to forget in Division 3 with a few outside of the point scoring finishing, which, I think that hurt them massively. And then Chaz, who has won a few races, so it's an interesting lineup.
Yeah, two race wins and 2 sprint wins for Chaz, and 2 wins for Blaze for podiums. That team can upset people, but I don't think they are the favourites to win this ASR.
It's a tough one. Ask that one. Over to the Williams garage. You've got Jake, Hake Jow, and Slow Doggy Dog. Again, another tough one. Slow Dog finishing 3rd, and Hake finishing 5th in Div 2. Some good pace around them, but it's definitely a more difficult. Again, similarly to the RB team. Yeah,
exactly. Slow Dog. He's a seasoned veteran in F1XL. He's had numerous seasons and he was a defending Division 4 champion for 2020 for season 26. Couldn't muster enough to get the season 27 Div 3 title, but he did have 3 wins, and yeah, he was there or thereabouts throughout the season, but just not enough to pip the champion, who isn't racing in Ancient Chat this season.
Yeah, that's a shame, but it is unfortunately what it is. Over to the Kick Sauber team, we've got ARL Bob and Mr. Tazo, a late fill-in in that Kick Sauber team. I don't think Taz was expecting to be racing in the ASR this season, but he's managed to get there.
Yeah, he did manage to get there. No idea how. I believe DNG Titan, who was the season 27 runner-up, pulled out last minute, so Taz has filled in for him. Taz has been around a long time, 26 seasons in XL. He, again, another seasoned veteran, has got plenty of track knowledge, track nous and experience, and he is probably going to be one of the drivers, I think, that will cause a lot of upset. And I don't dislike this team. I really don't.
It is a good team, but we'll hand over to the chat and ask them who they think is going to take the victory from a team perspective, because that's really what matters here on the ASR event. And well, we're going to go track side, but also Barnes. Who do you think is going to take victory this evening?
Now, my head says Quickton and Olds. My heart would love to see Adski and his partner Leo, because obviously Adski was my first ever teammate in XL, so I'd love to see Adski. I always love to see Adski do well. So my heart wants Adski, but my head is saying it's going to be Quickton and Olds.
Fair enough. No, it's a good shout. It's a good shout. Obviously, Lightshock has filled in the McLaren team this evening because Krabs was, I don't want to say KIA because that sounds a bit brutal, but MIA is probably the best way to describe it. So, Berserker Mark, thank you for the sub. I've turned all that but the background stuff off, just because it's a little bit more when it's race day, it's a little bit more difficult to keep touch with everything. As I'm just going to make some adjustments quickly. That should be fine, actually. There we go. Where are we? We're in Spain. We're in Spain. Norris is just coming into the pits. We've had our first round of runs going through. Sky the Senpai is the quickest by, well, not very much at all. That's 5,000ths of a second. No, 500ths of a second between himself and Leonardo in second. Ald's managing to go third and on an out lap. Ald's definitely one to watch out for. I think could that Red Bull team of Ald's and Quick did. I think you might be right with saying that they're definitely the ones to watch.
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, 9 pole positions in Div 4. You know, this guy is a quali merchant. He absolutely nails his quali laps so often in Div 4, and most of the time they're faster than a lot of the Div 3 guys. So yeah, he is definitely going to be put out there. It's going to be interesting to see where he actually finishes on the grid, but there are still some fast guys to come, like Slow Dog and again Narwhal, Taz, Blaze. They've all set a lap, but yeah, Old's time is just incredibly quick.
Good start. Chaz then throwing themselves into third provisionally as well as the yellow flags fly for Leonardo coming around turn 2, 12 and 13. I believe that's only Leonardo anyway. Old's slightly down on their second sector, so this lap maybe not what they were expecting. I wonder if we're going to see that Red Bull dart into the pits with 10 minutes of the session remaining. It does look like a very poor entry into turn 13 as well. So into the pits they go. Let's see Blaze, who about same 200th of a second down on their lap time in sector 1, but heading towards turn 9, which is deceivingly flat out. You might want to, especially in the softs, you might lift a little bit, but it's not advantageous to do so at all. You want to be pushing to the absolute limit in quali, and Blaze at the moment's a little bit down. Aero Bob up into 5th place. Mr. Tazo just behind Blaze as well. So Blaze is coming round the final corner and towards the line for the RB team, and the driver goes a little bit quicker, but not enough to displace Hake.
Yeah, good final sector. He did pull back a 10th. It was 500ths down. He ended up being 500ths up. So he pulled back a 10th per second, but not enough to move positions.
Not on this occasion. I think Sparrow is just warming up those tyres, so won't be going too far. Is Slow Dog on a lap? No, half a second down. Hake Jiao, I think, is also... Oh, Hake could be on a lap, and there's a Ferrari right in front of them. This could be problematic. I think that's Norris in front, and could be in the way of Hake Jiao. And if Norris is on a lap, he doesn't need to get out of the way, but this is hurting Hake.
Norris did just run wide there, though, at that corner.
Yeah, it did just a little bit, didn't they? And I think up, though, quicker on this lap, 0.4 of a second. That would be a 15 dead currently, which will put them just behind Lynx. Apparently, there's no game audio.
Hake has backed out of his lap in the end. He'll probably be complaining to the stewards about potentially being blocked, but he's coming out to start another lap now, though.
Norris just about quicker, a 14.8. So a bit slow in comparison to Lynx, but Norris has never been about full out and out pace, has he? He's always been more of a clever driver, I think is the best way to describe it. Hake is back on a lap, purple in sector 1 again. Pretty much exactly the same time quicker in sector 1 as well. That's a very well done by Hake. Let's see how they can do as they head through turn 5 and continue on sector 2.
Yeah, as he comes into the swinging sort of S curves of sector 2, round turn 9, as he comes down, DRS wide open, straight down, back straight. As he then approaches the braking point, he's still 2 tenths up.
Looking good for Hake. Let's see how they can continue on. It's not going to be enough to displace Sky, but it's going to be enough to put themselves up the grid and into the pits. So obviously not happy with something through there. Olds is a slither up in sector 1, but really they're only a tenth and a half away from pole, being in 5th place. This is a Division 4 masterclass from the Red Bull driver. I hope it does come back to XL after this season as well. I know they said they were going to stop just for a season, and just I don't know what they were going to do actually, but yeah, some incredible pace again. Purple in sector 2. Olds could very well pull out a absolute incredible qualifying lap here.
Meanwhile, Sparrow has done a 1:14.4 and has jumped above F1XL Norris into 14th place. Lynx is currently in 11th on a 1:13.8.
Ooh. Sorry, that is Olds up into 2nd place. Not enough to get them any further through, but that is a really, well, I say further through. The only other place that they can get is P1, and that is an incredibly quick lap time from Olds.
Yeah, Div 4 guy keeping the Div 2, well, the Div 2 champion of season 27, Sky the Senpai, keeping him honest with a 1:13.003, while Sky did a 1:12.9. It's incredibly close.
It's crazy. I was on board with Leonardo, and I didn't see if they were actually. They are, I think, just quicker on this time of asking as they head towards turn 9, over the curbs, and a little bit, maybe a bit too much curb there from Leonardo, but into the sector mark, and it's, well, it will be enough. If qualifying finished there, it'll be enough to displace Sky the Senpai by 0.002 of a second, but they have just invalidated their. That is a problem. And you know what? Leonardo and Adski both up towards the top. It looks like a good setup for Haas right now. And, your other one was... Your heart wanted the Haas team to do well. And they could very well do with what's showing in the provisional parts of qualifying. Ooh.
I think that was an invalidation.
Yeah.
Just run that slight bit wide on the exit of the final corner. That's unfortunate for Adski. He was on a quick lap. He was 700ths up after 2 sectors.
Dean in the chat. Dean in the chat saying move Olds up to Division 1. I mean, right now, sitting with the Division 2 guys quite comfortably. But he's now in traffic. He's going to be in a lot more battling. So that's going to be an interesting one to continue watch. Blazed. Good lap. Good half a second up on this one. Up into Sector 2. Could be another one to jump into that muddle, which is the fight for pole position. 3 minutes left of the session. This will be their session done and dusted. They've gone early and across the line. It's a poor 3rd sector, and they've only managed a 13.2. They were half a second. I'm not sure, but Blazed, I think, may have had a little bit of a messy final sector there.
Yeah, I was on board with I was on board with Chaz. He was up, but he has just boxed, and he is probably going to put on another set of softs, and make his way back out for what would be his final run of the session. So the only person that's out on track at the moment that's on a lap is Blazed, but I believe he'll probably be coming into the pits. Sky, Alls have just gone out. Snowdog, Lynx, and Sparrow all on their out laps. It's going to get tasty, guys. Do stick around.
Yeah, it's time. What can Sky the Senpai do? Can Sky beat their lap time? Or it doesn't. No, Sky is doing a second installation lap here, and so is Sparrow behind. This is an interesting call by some of these drivers as they're heading towards turn 1. They don't want to be the first ones to set lap times by the looks of things. Is that Olds? No, it's not. That probably will be Forensic Narwhal then, just starting a lap time. But there is a gaggle of cars coming through turn 3. could get caught in traffic.
Traffic is going to play a major part in this now. Obviously, with the guys that have come out early, they're doing a second installation lap, and those guys that are coming up to start their laps have a lot of traffic to contend with. Let's hope the guys get out of the way and not impede anyone's lap.
And there goes Quick from the session as well. We've lost our 5 Division 1 drivers for the session. Obviously, they don't like to qualify in this event. They like to go from the back, and the back end of Forensic Narwhal at turn 5 nearly stepped out massively there. And there's a Ferrari and I believe a Red Bull going to be in the way. Blazed has retired in the pit lane. We thought that might happen with setting that lap time early doors. They're going to be no higher than 6 in this one. But Forensic Narwhal, the back end does not seem happy in that Alpine. And there's cars dodging to get out of their way, left, right and centre. And, well, right now, I think Forensic could be in a bit of trouble not getting outside or getting up into the top 10 with the issues they've had this lap.
Meanwhile, I'm on board with Leo, and he has gone 2 thousandths slower than his previous lap. But we are now approaching sector 2, going down the back straight, DRS wide open, and he has done, he's 7 hundredths up on his last lap. He's just got 3 more corners to go. He comes round, and he's going to come straight down, steaming round that corner. It's going to, how's he going to do? Onto the start finish straight. Here he comes, up to the line. It's pole! Provisional pole for Leo.
Provisionally for Leo. Bob can't go any quicker. Hake, we know they had a poor sector 3 a few laps ago.
Here comes Sky. Here comes Sky the Senpai. Round the last corner.
Will it be enough? It's not going to be
It's
quicker.
P2.
Hake goes to P4. Slow Dog on a lap time, I think, a bit further back. As did Chaz goes pole position for the time being. Olds doesn't go quicker. Forensic Narwhal, I don't think, is on a lap time. Mr. Tazo is on a lap time, just ahead of Slow Dog. And this could be Mr. Tazo displacing Slow Dog through all this. Let's see. No, it isn't. Mr. Slow Dog goes into the pits as well. Norris is on an outlap, but qualifying is done and dusted. Sparrow coming across the line, but I think that is a very, very slow lap.
It's a 30-second plus.
Yeah, it's not ideal for them, as Chaz didn't think... Well, he wasn't in contention for pole in any of that session until the end. Stole it away from Leonardo, who had set an incredible lap time there, as Sky the Senpai also wasn't able to pick it up. But look how close Sky and Leonardo are. But Olds, I mean, lost it on that final run, but I think they could have been in a shout as well. Hake, an incredible lap time to put themselves in P5, and this is a very, very
mixed up grid.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. Let's go through and have a quick check. It's Chaz, Leonardo, Sky the Senpai, Olds, Hake, Bob, Blazed, Adski, Lynx and Slow Dog, your top 10. Then you've got Wadey, Forensic Narwhal, Mr. Tazo, Sparrow, Norris, and then the 5 Division 1 drivers of Game Man, Steph, Harrison, Lightshot, Quickdid and Sports Mad for the evening. In those positions, we're going to head and, very, very telling stuff from qualifying. We weren't sure with a few, but Chaz, actually, let's go and have a look at that. Chaz and Blaze, we weren't sure about RB, were we? But they may have proved us a bit wrong.
They had definitely proven us a bit wrong. I did say that they weren't going to be the favourites, but geez, that qualifying lap from Chazza and Blazed putting it where he did, that's a shock. That's a shock to the system. But can I also shout Olds did for what, P4?
P4. Definitely representing.
Out qualifying so many of the Div 3 guys and quite a few of the Div 2 guys as well. It's incredible stuff.
Yeah, very, very good stuff. And now, though, Alds has to produce within the race. This is something that they may not have had so much for in Division 1. Good Division 1. In Division 4 is the battling on track. With so many cars, they've just got to make sure that they just keep going. And even if you get caught out, and by caught out, I mean get caught up in an incident or something, then it could... Well, points are all the way down. It's from 20th to first. That's where the point system is. So even if you are in last, you still have a chance of doing something for your team. Unlikely you're going to win the championship, but it could be bragging rights in the end. And if you do lose a couple of drivers, say we lose 3 drivers, and you're still going around maybe a lap down, then there's a chance that that driver that finishes 17th has enough in them to win the championship. But that's enough about it for now. Chat, let us know who you think is going to take victory. Which of these driver lineup teams is going to be the ones to win the trophy at the end of it? Barnes, how about yourself? Are you still sticking with the Quicktid and Alds?
Yes. Quicktid is probably licking his lips right now, thinking if Alds has done that in qualifying, he puts himself in a good spot for the race. Quicktid, one of the Div 1 drivers, one of the fastest guys on the grid, will make his way through. And if Ald can just continue doing what he's shown, there's no reason why they can't win it.
Definitely, they've got a great chance. But the Haas team of Leonardo and Adski, very, very strong, as we saw in qualifying. Lynx is saying that the Mercedes team is going to win. I mean, he would say that. Tyler James is all about Alds, and if he doesn't crash, then they're good shot for.
Easy, apparently.
But we'll have to wait and see. We know this ASR event will always throw a spanner in the works, and we'll have to wait and see how it will pan out. And keep coming in with those predictions. It would be great to see what you had.
So while we've got a second, for those that doesn't know what the ASR is, it's a 100% race with the top 5 drivers from each division qualifying for it. And the way it works is you score points from first all the way down to 20th. So even if you finished last, you still score a point for your team. Now, the way it works is the winners of the ASR are the constructors with the highest number of points at the end. That's basically it.
And we've got a few records to be broken, possibly. We could see F1XL Norris doing something crazy with the Ferrari team and winning back-to-back as a Division 4 driver. Or we could see Quicktid do 4 times in a row as either a race winner or a champion here in the ASR event. Mark isn't 100% sure what he is doing there, and to be honest, to replace the champion of Division 1 is real hard ask to follow. But we are on 5 red. Oh, it's a formation lap. I don't have to panic. Most of the leagues that I run don't run the formation lap, so that's panic over.
So tyres. Old man is on mediums. Chaz is on mediums. Leo is on mediums. Sky has gone for softs. Hake and Bear on Bob mediums. Blaze is on softs. Asgi, Lynx and Slow Dog all on mediums. Wadey is gone for the hard option. Now, does that mean he's going to be doing the hard medium, trying to go one stop? Narwhal and Taz have gone mediums. Sparrow has gone softs. Norris mediums, and the 5 Div 1 boys have all gone soft.
it'll be very, very difficult to do a one-stop in Spain. It's Wadey's possibly looking at a take the pain first on the hards and then go 2 quicker runs on the mediums a bit later on. I
But
mean,
a safety car could change everything.
an early safety car will change an awful lot, and that's the risk you take when you go on the hards for the start, especially in a 100% race. We've lost Adski. He's disqualified, unfortunately for them. We've had our team guesses, permutations, or whatever we want to say. Who do you think's the driver that's going to win this one?
Well, for me, obviously, without the Div 1 champion, it's between Quickton and Harrison. If either one of those don't win it, then I'll be surprised. But I'm going to say Quickton. I'm going to say Quickton. He's gonna go 4 in a row. No,
Good.
5 in a row. Sorry, 5 in a row.
It's a great shout. Quickton obviously loves these events and has done a fair few of them in the past, and currently at the second to last on the grid. But we have got the 4-5 red lights here in Spain. It's looking a little bit damp and grey above, but at the moment it's a poor start from Chaz as Leonardo takes the lead as they head towards turn 1. There's a McLaren into the wall. That's not ideal, and I think that's Sparrow losing a front end plate, and there's a Williams going massively off track, outbraking themselves as Chaz manages to get back the lead of the race. And that Williams, I think, is Hake going far down the order. Links Adventura is up a fair few places. Mr. Tazo, I think, as well. It's a huge gaggle of cars in that midfield, and it could end poorly for a lot of them. Gamerman step up to P10 with Lightshock following suit. I think there's more front wing flying off there as they head towards turn 5 for the first time of 66 laps. And there's still so many cars side by side, and that's not ideal for a lot of them. Old's holding station in P4 quite nicely and has, well, Div 4 company with Lynx just behind, who's had an absolute incredible start to this Grand Prix. As they head towards turn 10, nothing doing, and Lynx can't make a move. But Chaz has managed to make a little bit of an inroads in the lead and pull away from the rest of the cars.
Yeah, it was a poor start from the Williams guys. They've dropped right to the back. Snowdog has made it up to 14th. Hake is in 15th. The Div 1 drivers, Harrison is in P10, Lightshock's in 11, Gameman Steph in 12, is into the pits, so he'll drop to the back, and Quickton is up to 15th. In the pits with Gameman Steph. He has put on medium tyres and a new front wing.
As Alds and Lynx Adventura side by side as they head through Repsol, and at the moment Lynx has got that battle won. Lynx has really flown off the start here, but I think there is damage to the front end of that Red Bull. There is. That could be why Alds is struggling. The front left end plate is missing. Norris has had issues with Hake and Quick we're being reported through all that, so let's have a quick look. No front wing.
Sparrow did also pop for a new front wing as well.
So did Steph pit for wing damage, or was Steph? Yes. Okay.
Steph with wing damage, as was Sparrow.
So Alds is being swallowed up. That's this time by Forensic Narwhal. That damage to that Red Bull is really costing them. Do they pit? They don't. They decide to stay out, which is going to hurt their race a little bit more as Leonardo takes the fastest lap of the race, and Bob is being hunted by Harrison as they head towards turn 1, and they're side by side, but Bob is going to try and hold the position around the outside. Harrison's got the inside through there. This is still side by side. This is great racing between two different division drivers, but Harrison has got the better grip on those soft tyres and up into P8 with Mr. Tazo just behind, being losing the position now to Lightshock, having a good battle. Some good battles between some of the drivers here so far.
Yeah, there has been some very good battles so far. Taz is not letting Lightshot get away though. He is keeping up with him. but Light Shock, obviously Div 1, Taz Div 3. I do expect Light Shock to pull away, and obviously Light Shock is on the soft tyres, so expect the Sauber to get a bit of a distance. But he has still got the DRS at this moment in time.
Looked like Hake was just going to career into the back of his own teammate there. That wouldn't have been ideal as they head towards turn 10. And there's being just held up by Blazed a little bit here. Quickdid hasn't been able to make the inroads that they would have wanted. But I think they did have an issue through at some point. But Slowdog now, have they got past Blazed? It's still side by side at one stage of it. Blazed was slower.
Here goes Sportman, by the way. Sportman has gone to the inside of Norris into turn 1. Norris is still fighting though, but I think Sportman has got the move done.
Yeah, good little move there from Sportmad. Adsky just losing the position to Harrison for P7 as well. And these early stages of the races is where it's going to definitely have a fair whack of incidents, or not incidents, but overtaking opportunity, especially with the Div 1 drivers coming through the field a little bit. I think Harrison's tyres may be struggling with what they're going through. Ools still struggling on with that front end plate damage, and I don't think nearly out of it. DRS range of Forensic Narwhal ahead. I'm surprised Ools just hasn't taken the bit or the gamble and gone into the pit to get a fresh front wing on the car. Wadey's still, well, just behind Norris as well. So we're going to head towards that, or we'll stay on board actually. I think Harrison's going to make the move into turn 1 on Olds. The overall speed that Harrison has is definitely going to help there. Norris then still holding Wadey at bay as Hake and Slowdog swap positions.
Yeah, that move from Harrison was easy pickings for the 6-time champion of the F1XL. He's now hunting down Narwhal, and it will be a matter of time before that move is happening.
Yeah, the top 3 have got a 4-second cushion to Lynx Adventura in P4, who has Forensic Narwhal and Harrison for company. It looks like the softs maybe, just maybe, starting to drop off a little bit with their overall pace. They've still got some, but it looks like the mediums are going to be the better race tyre from this point onwards on lap 5 of 66 here in F1XL All-Star race, as we're having Mr. Tazo and Quickdid swap positions, and that's allowing Blaze to have a go at Mr. Tazo as well, but I don't think Blaze has the overall pace to get through, as Hake tries a little look as well, but not on this occasion, or not on his watch, let's say. Quickdid just behind Lightshock now, as there is a slow-moving Adsky out of the final corner, and Adsky's race, unfortunately, is going to go from bad to worse, as Harrison has just overtaken Narwhal, and Lightshock getting past Adsky as well. And, well, Mr. Tazo going to do what they can for AOL Bob and hold up a few of these drivers, I think.
Yeah, the Div 1 drivers are now making their way through the field. Harrison is up to P5, Lightshock P9, Quickdid P10. Sportmad obviously had a new front wing, as did Game Man Steph as well. No, Sportmad did go to the pits. Why is he so low down? And yeah, Game Man Steph, new front wing. So he's hoping for a safety car to really back the pack up again. To get back into contention, I think.
2 Williams very, very close together at the exit of turn 9, as Sportsmad trying to have a look as well. That's very, very tight there by some of those drivers. As we'll go towards, well, Leonardo dropping away from the top 2 a little bit, still within a shout, but it's not as close as it has been. Harrison going to dispatch Lynx by, well, pretty easily there, and that's 5 seconds Harrison now has to the top 3.
Yep, you just see how quickly Harrison now in clear air pulls away from Lynx and closes that gap down onto the 3 at the front. He's coming, boys. He's coming.
Yeah, that's probably not something I wanted mental images of, but Forensic Narwhal.
It's like Jaws. It's like Jaws, isn't it?
Forensic Narwhal, 0.3 of a second behind Lynx now. Lynx is doing a good job of holding up, but Olds has dropped to P10. You do wonder whether at some point it's going to be worth them going into the pits. And what is going on at the exit of turn 9? It's very, very close between Hake and Sportsmad as Slow Dog is pulling, well, got away. I'm not sure what's happened to Hake, but Blazed is causing a little bit of a bottleneck, I think, as Slow Dog now 1.2 seconds behind Adsky, who is being dispatched by Mr. Tazo. Adsky's having a pretty poor early stint on those tyres, as into the pits as Quick did for an early pit stop to get rid of those softs, maybe get a few undercuts.
Our spotters have said that Blaze just pushed Hake onto the grass. That's what happened at turn 9, I believe. Which is why Hake took a few positions.
We'll have to wait and see what continues to happen for that one. As into the pits as Quick did. Gamerman Steph has gone past, but are going to have 6 laps through. And front wing change for Quick did. So that's why the early pit stop has come in. And Olds still hasn't pitted, which is interesting when their teammate has front wing damage and decided that they're going to pit. So maybe they should have possibly been in a little bit of chat between each other to let you know that those tyres, or that front wing, is quite vital around here in Spain.
Yeah, if you're missing an MPs, you're going to suffer with some loss of downforce, and that's going to ruin your tyres so bad. So Olds will have to box soon, I'm sure. But he does continue going on the next lap.
I think there's a yellow flag there for Quick did. I think at the exit of TV3, turns 7 and 8. So it doesn't look like there's any damage through that. But Mr. Tazo getting past Olds into turn 1. And that is Olds losing another position in this one. Lynx Adventurer still holding off Forensic Narwhal. But they have, well, 3.5 seconds now behind Harrison. And Harrison not catching up as much as I thought they would have done to the top 3. But still doing a good job Slow Dog. I really do think these softs are...
Gap come down from about 5.5 seconds to 3.5. So he's picked up 2 seconds in like three or 4 laps. So it's a matter of time with Harrison.
As Adsky and Sportsmad getting very, very close together as well. As just trying to sort out audio on that. It doesn't seem too crazy right now. As things stand, it's looking good for Kick Sauber, and it's looking good for Alpine. Sky the Senpai and Forensic Narwhal, or hashtag Team North America. Does that work?
Team North America, yep.
As Adsky now getting past Olds, and it's a late dive there from Sportsmad as well.
Great move. Great move.
And that has pushed Olds down to 12th, and Olds really is struggling. I'm surprised Olds hasn't gone
past as well.
And gone through and into the pits. Quick did setting the fastest lap of the race as they try and hunt down Gamerman Steph. Back to... No, Forensic Narwhal's not doing anything on this occasion. This could be one of the closest ASRs that we've seen in a while, as Norris and Wadey trading places a little bit, the battle for P16. This could very well be the closest ASR we've had for a long time.
It certainly can. It certainly can. At the moment, I would still favour the Alpines, the Team North America, because second and 6th. But Bob and Taz, 7th and 9th. Who knows? Adsky is in 10th as well, so Haas aren't out of it just yet either. It's going to be it's It's a long race though, so anything can happen in the next. Oh, here we go. We're going to move. It's Blaze. No, yes, Blazed. Oh no, it's Hake on Alds.
Yeah, Hake on
At
all.
what point? At what point do you, if you're Alds, do you say, "I'm being overtaken by everyone here. Something's not right. I have to box."
Yeah, it's really, really difficult. We're a sixth of the way through the Grand Prix as Tazo and Adski have just traded places twice. So these two really on good full pace. And look at that, Sportsman trying to get involved up the inside as they head towards TV3 and couldn't make the move stick. And the Division 1 driver getting frustrated behind Adski and Mr. Tazo, realising that Light Shock is, 4 seconds further up the road. And a fellow Division 1 driver, and it feels like maybe they could be a little bit slower as Ald's now being passed by Blazed. And those soft tyres will be coming towards the end of their life very, very shortly. Harrison, 2.8 seconds closer to the top 3 and dropping time a little bit. It's now coming towards the 3 seconds. We believe that maybe a few drivers have underfueled on this one.
Here goes Adski into turn 1 on Taz. Taz still holds on. What defending from Tazo there?
Mr.
There's
Tazo's
contact
school of
with
defense.
I believe, Sport Mad and Hake.
That was Slow Dog, who's just got past
Slow
Sports Mad, yeah, and very interesting. I think those softs are towards the end of their life, let's say. Back to the leaders. We haven't really seen the leaders for a little bit, and that was a very poor timing for me to go on board because Leonardo just clips the back end of Sky, and that is showing just how bad those softs are right now because the braking distance is so much better. The grip is so much better on the mediums as Adski and Tazo have swapped places yet again into turn 10. But yeah, back to the leaders. Harrison is nearly there. Thankfully, no front wing damage for Leonardo. But Harrison, well, doing Harrison things.
Harrison is indeed doing Harrison things, but he is on the soft tyre. So, I know he can be a tyre whisperer at times, but those soft tyres must be get screaming at him right now.
Yeah, it's definitely. Well, he's managing those tyres really well, and what a surprise. Taz and Adski swapping places again. These two definitely up for driver of the day because they're still side by side through turn 4. Repsol, they've gone, and Taz has the inside for turn 5, and oh, it's so close. But Adski holds the position for the time being, but it's going to be really interesting as they head towards turn 10. Slow Dog's joined the party properly now as well. Adski's had a really good exit of turn 7 and 8, and that could be a problem for Taz as they head towards turn 10. It's nothing doing on this occasion, and they hold position. Wadey and Norris. Norris's tyres have dropped off a little bit, and Wadey's are coming to fruition right now.
We do have Adski at the head of a DRS train right now as well. In 9th place, he is 4/10 ahead of Taz, who is 4/10 ahead of Slow Dog, who is 3/10 ahead of Sport Mad, 4/10 ahead of Hake, and Blazed, who has just boxed, was at the back of that DRS train. But there's 5 cars, including 2 Williams drivers, all in a DRS train right now. I wouldn't want to be Adski at the moment with those 4 behind you.
No, that's not ideal as Game Man Steph stuck behind Norris as we're watching the battle for P5. Links Ventura just had a little bit of a squiffy moment, but managing to hold Narwhal at bay for the time being, and Narwhal must be really annoyed that their teammate Sky the Senpai is, 10 seconds up the road, but caught and stuck behind this Mercedes for so long. I think ARL Bob might be in trouble from Light Shock, but no.
Meanwhile, Harrison is now in DRS range on Leo at the front. It's both drivers will have DRS down the main straight, but we all know Harrison has that extra bit of pace being a Div 1 driver, can he make the move happen? No, he can't. He's going to have to sit behind for another few corners at least.
Sky is going to be absolutely... Well, he's lost 2 seconds to Chaz in about a lap, which is not ideal when you've got... Well, when you've got Leonardo behind. Quick did setting the fastest lap of the race, catching up with now Norris. But when you've got Harrison there as well, it just makes things that much more difficult. Let's have a look at the... I was going to say the gaps to the leader. Quick did is 29 seconds behind Chaz and Sky, the Senpai, in that sort of battle area. Where is Game Man Steph in all this? Game Man Steph is 25 seconds behind. So a pit stop now for these guys would put them in that sort of range of maybe a little bit of hope of free air.
Yeah, it would do. But obviously, Quickton is on fresher tyres at the moment, so he will be lapping just that a little bit quicker. So if he can close that gap down just ever so slightly, it would potentially put him back within the front runners when they do eventually come into the pits.
Interesting. Leonardo didn't want to fight Harrison on this occasion, pretty much allowing Harrison the easy run into turn 1. Maybe it's a little bit of... well, if Harrison can then push Sky just off line a little bit when they're attacking, then Leonardo can get involved as well. Back to Adski, Mr. Tazo, who's lost ground to Adski now. They've swapped positions a lot in this race, but I don't think they're going to for much longer as Slow Dog goes up the inside of turn 4 of Mr. Tazo, as Sportsmad going very, very wide there as well. Tazo holding on
into the next corner and maintains the position.
Let's see where else we are. Harrison's not been able to make the move into turn on Sky the Senpai just yet, but we are just about to start lap 17 for these guys, and should be Harrison up into there. We're probably maybe seeing these soft runners that have gone this long pit in about 6 laps maybe. Light Shock is pitting. That looks like a front wing replacement as well. But interestingly, Narwhal still can't find a way past Lynx Adventurer.
Harrison did make the move on Sky the Senpai. Look, oh so simple, oh so easy. Just DRS right down to the first corner and just swoop by on the inside. Had the move done before he'd even had to brake.
Can Sky hold on and just cling to the coattails of that Ferrari for a little bit, grab some DRS and pull away from Leonardo a little bit so they don't have the issues? Leonardo's dropped off maybe some ERS usage through there. Forensic Narwhal has finally found a way past Lynx Adventura.
Yes, indeed. We do have a 3-second time penalty for delays for multiple track limit violations.
That's our first penalty of the evening on lap 18. That's pretty good going.
Very good going. Very good going indeed. Harrison has broken the DRS. No, he hasn't. Didn't see the front wing open. Didn't see the rear wing open on the LP down the start of the
Sportsmad is pitting. We've got a bit more action in the pit lane. Let's see what they do as they pop in. No front wing change. It should be a pretty simple tyre change. It's another set of softs. Sportsmad is going mad. Harrison pulling out of that DRS now. It's 1.2 seconds between themselves and Sky. Leonardo 2.1 seconds further back. And the battle for P5 is raging. The battle for P9 is raging. And this could, well, Mr. Tazo being a very, very strong bottleneck for some of these drivers. Quickdid and Game Man Steph have joined that party, but they have pitted.
they have indeed. Taz is on 17 lap old mediums. Slow Dog Hake is on 17 lap old mediums, but Stephanie on 16 lap old mediums. So obviously he picked on lap one. So that his tyres aren't that much fresher than the others.
It is.
Quickly, however, has 10 lap old mediums.
It is all kicking off for P9. Taz and Slow Dog side by side. Hake and Gamer Man Steph were side by side. And now we have Sky in the pits. This is crazy. What's going on just behind Quick I think is going to try and make a move. Sky the Senpai is going to be in this traffic. That's not ideal. Scott the inside. It's very, very tight between Quick and Gamer Man Steph. Lightshot the fastest driver on the circuit, but is in fresh air. And there is Sky in traffic. That is not ideal when you're trying to get an undercut on the drivers. My goodness me, that was very, very tight, and somehow no issues.
No, but he has the fresh tyres, he has the grip. I expect him to absolutely size his way through this DRS train with no problems at all, and it will affect him, but he'll make it to the right of this DRS train. No problems at all. Very soon.
Slow Dog's dropped behind. Goodness me, this is. Slow Dog was battling with Taz. Slow Dog's now down to 11th. Quick is up into P10 with Hake Jiao for company. Harrison stays out. Be interesting to see what sort of tyre life Harrison is on right now. And defensive from Hake. I don't think it's going to be enough to stop Quick as they head to turn 1 for the 20th time. Quick up into P9 and a dispatching of Hake Jiao. And if Quick can keep this up, may be able to put a little bit of a gap between themselves and Sky the Senpai.
The spotters who are currently watching the stream for us have said that Harrison's tyre wear is, this was about 5 minutes ago, it was about 38 to 47%. So that was a couple of laps ago. So add a couple of percent on for that, and he must be getting near the pit stop now.
Well, not really catching Chaz up too much anymore. As Quick tried a little fake on Taz, but we've got to wake up early in the morning to put Mr. Tazo off as coming through turn 12 there, now into turn 13 and towards Catalunya, which is turn 14. Mr. Tazo has a good exit of turn 14, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Lynx Adventurer and Forensic Narwhal trade places again. This is going to turn 1. Tazo doesn't really have an answer to that Red Bull pace. There is about 7 laps, but Tazo's fighting back, and there's a little bit of contact, and through goes Hake as well, and probably the easiest overtake that Hake will ever get on Mr. Tazo as Sky the Senpai pulls through as well. And Slow Dog and Taz back in company there yet again.
Yeah, I think Taz was compromised on the exit of turn number 2 with Quick alongside, so he had to sort of back off the throttle, and that allowed both Sky and Hake to get past as well. We have a 3-second time penalty for Wadey, and we also have a 3-second time penalty for third place man Leo.
Yeah, Leo pitting as well. Pretty early doors for the Haas car. Haas under increasing pressure now with that. And it could hand Alpine the advantage they need. Where else?
Soft going on.
We see a few battles firing through. Harrison's still terrorizing those softs, I think is the best way to describe it. Gamer Man Steph up the inside of Slow Dog and through, and just behind Leonardo is in a traffic battle again. Sky the Senpai 1.9 seconds behind Quick pulling a nice gap at the moment. We're expecting another pit stop for those. Can mediums at this point go 44 laps if you want to try out Harrison. You're probably the driver to do it as Wadey gets passed by Leonardo. Leonardo's caught up to Wadey's caught up to this battle quite nicely right now. That'll be interesting to see.
Well, Wadey started on the hards and he's done 21 laps so far, and his pace doesn't seem to have dropped off too much. Meanwhile, Hake has just boxed and he has put on a fresh set of mediums, so that's obviously his second pit stop. But Harrison still gets boxed, but he is now in within 1.1 seconds of Chazza in the lead of this race.
Bob pitting, Hake pits for mediums, as I think you've already mentioned through all that, as there's a little bit of a poor exit from Gamerman Steph at turn 14. It's allowed Leonardo to have a good run, but it's not happening on this occasion, and Mr. Tazo's just ahead, and there's going to be side-by-side action between Leonardo and Gamerman Steph. Steph has the weaker tyres, but the more durable, as the hand goes up from Leonardo because of the contact between the two of them. The soft tyres very much fresh and able to be used and abused by Leonardo, and has got the move done. Now has Mr. Tazo for company just ahead on much fresher tyres and probably a bit more battery, as Wadey makes a little mistake at the exit of turn 4. I've got to go to the leaders because Harrison is win DRS of Chaz and could make a very, very good move. No.
Oh, he's boxing. He's boxing.
It's always the way, isn't it? Commentator's curse going through there.
Speaking of boxing, we did have Bob come into the pits and chuck on a fresh set of mediums. Harrison is chucking on the hard tyres. Is this a soft hard to the end of the race? I wonder.
Lynx pits as well. Taz has pitted. There's a few drivers pitting. Is there a car coming out of the pit lane?
Taz is boxing as well.
Harrison coming out of the pit lane behind Forensic Narwhal, side by side with Quickdid. That is typical Div 1 battling there. Quickdid and Harrison side by side yet again here, as Quickdid's tyres are much worse off than Harrison, and Quickdid has a lot of work to do. The Ferrari team currently P13 and Port P4. So that's an interesting one. Mr. Tazo's coming out on a set of mediums, now behind Olds. Olds is on a set of hards. My goodness me, this is all a little bit over the place, as we've got drivers pitting left, right and centre, and cars as close together as, well, as you can hope for in a 100% race.
Yeah, so Harrison is on a fresh set of hards. Who else pitted recently? Lynx is on a fresh set of mediums. Tazo is on mediums, and Sparrow, who is almost over a minute behind, is on a fresh set of hards. Can the hards make it to the race?
If anyone can do it, probably Harrison can. Interesting. Dean, sorry, not Wadey, has given a bit of information. Lap 24, this was, as Quick did, getting past Narwhal, as there's a car being... Is that being lapped? No, that's Chaz coming out of the pits. Oh my goodness, and this contact, Chaz has dropped down the order. That's not ideal. I thought that was a lapped car, but it's Chaz coming out of the pit lane on a set of mediums, and contact, I think, with Quick did. So the back end, that's not ideal, as the two Alpines of Skyler Senpai and Forensic Narwhal are still in the top 6.
Yes. Meanwhile, Quick is now our race leader, but he has Harrison for company, and Harrison is on a fresh set of tyres. Quick is on 17 lap old mediums. But that does mean, however, that I believe Chaz started on the medium, so he's committing to a 2-stop strategy.
It's interesting. I was trying to do some quick maths with Wadey, with what they would be able to do. I think Wadey possibly can get to, if they can get to 78, 79% on those tyres, as we've just got to change for the lead again. Wadey should probably then pit at lap 35, which will then make mediums to the end very, very difficult. So
Difficult or doable?
difficult, very, very difficult. So I think Wadey's probably the best plan for Wadey now is to pit lap 31 and then double stint that mediums to the end, or even maybe a medium soft. We'll have to wait and see. But where is... So Hake has dispatched Norris. Norris yet to pit. Tazo catching back up. Sports Mad has dispatched Wadey. The two teammates in the Aston Martin there. Forensic Narwhal. It's spaced out a little bit, but the top four are still together. Adsky has got past Forensic Narwhal in all this. Narwhal... Narwhal can't be holding damage, but Narwhal is going into the pits. But I wonder what's happened to Narwhal, because Adsky was quite far behind.
Not sure what's happened to Narwhal, but Balds has repaired his front wing in the pit stop, so he has now got a new front wing, but he's currently in 19th place. So drivers yet to stop. Adsky hasn't stopped. Wadey hasn't stopped. Norris hasn't stopped. Steph stopped on lap 1. He's got 25 lap of mediums. And everyone else has fresh tyres.
Wadey is under pressure from Leonardo as they head through the middle sector for the 27th time. Through on this one. Narwhal on a set of... Oh, goodness me, Leonardo. That's not where the track goes. Or not this version of it, anyway. Leonardo having a massive, massive moment. I'm just trying to think where Wadey is holding on good. Narwhal on a fresh set of softs. So I think Narwhal is going to do two, like a double soft finish to end this one. But interestingly, lost a lot of time to Lynx Adventura, who is up into P11. And is that heating tyres up for Leonardo? What's got front wing damage and weaving down the straight? What is going on with Leonardo?
I'm not sure. I will have a message to the spotters and find out what's going on with Narwhal.
Leonardo. Yeah. Blazed. There's a battle there going on. I think it's time to go back up to Adsky. Sky Senpai 1.2 seconds behind Chaz. So the undercut definitely didn't work that way. Game man Steph Lightshock up for company. Lightshock has pitted. Yellow flag. Leonardo has... What is going on with Leonardo? There's definitely front wing end plate damage too.
Yep. I have no idea what he's doing here. Meanwhile, Quicktid and Chazza have swapped positions. Chazza has made it past Quicktid into turn 1.
We've got a pit stop for Gamer and Steph as well. Finally for them, as Lightshock dispatches of Adsky, as Lynx Adventura getting past the pitting Gamer Man Steph, and just behind you've got Blazed and ARL Bob. For company there, Mr. Tazo and Forensic Narwhal are close together, I think. So this is going to be interesting when we come through, as there is Game Man Steph. Forensic Narwhal can't find a way past the kick saddle of Mr. Tazo, though, as they head through turn 3. Quicktid then. Obviously, those tyres that they're on are struggling for pace. 21 lap olds and can't keep up with Chaz too much. Chaz 2.2 seconds behind Harrison, but on a tyre difference, Chaz might be able to catch up to Harrison a little bit. But Chaz has had a really good race, a really good qualifying, and a really good race.
Yeah, he managed to... well, he had a bad start, but obviously managed to get the position back and has obviously keeping pace with Harrison and best he can. But that's obviously that's always going to be difficult with the 6-time F1XL champion at the front of the race. He'll have trouble getting that back, unfortunately. But yeah, he had a good ASR so far, Chaz. He can walk out of this race with his head held high.
Well, Leonardo, this is really, really dicey stuff down the start-finish straight. Forensic Narwhal can't find a way past. Oh, there's contact a little bit from Leonardo to game around Steph, and Forensic Narwhal, who was doing a really good job. Oh, there's damage to that Alpine as well. And that is probably Alpine's chance of a title this race, all blown up in smoke. Could we see Aston Martin do something? It's still too early to say. Lap 30 of 66, where permutations will go. But yeah, Forensic Narwhal is going to be frustrated with that one.
Yeah, it did look like that Leo did sort of come back across and just clip the front wing with his back left tyre, I believe. Hake has just got past ARL Bob, Taz and Bob are 12th and 13th at the moment. Leo's obviously got front wing damage as well, so that's kind of what's slowing him down a bit as well. Which is a shame because Leo was towards the front of the race, and now he's finding himself languishing in P15 and about to be overtaken potentially by Narwhal down the start finish straight.
As Adski pits, as interestingly, Mercedes might actually, Lynx may have actually been right with his prediction about Mercedes winning it, because Lynx is doing a good job there. Game around Steph is on fresh tyres and running through the field. Other than Aston Martin, they're the only double up there.
Yeah, but Wadey does have to stop again, so you can take Aston Martin out of this for the moment. No, there's RB, Chazza, and Blaze. They're both in the top 10 as well.
Chaz doing the job there. That's obviously some big points right there.
Adski was let through by Leo into the DRS, the end of the DRS straight, I believe.
Wadey's front left is 65%. Apparently. So that's an interesting one. He's going to be able to push on even through all this, and possibly, I would say, is capable of getting to lap 40, and then mediums are doable if Wadey can get to that stage of the race. Harrison still pulling away from Chaz now. Quick did 1.8 seconds, still doing a good job, but with Olds down in 16th place, I bet Leo's boxed. It's not ideal for the Haas. The Haas team, well, Haas and Alpine and the Red Bull team were the ones we were kind of thinking would be the ones to watch, but right now it's the RBs, Aston Martin, and the Mercedes team.
However, when Leo boxed, he didn't replace his front wing. He's still got front wing impact damage.
Oh dear, Leo. Oh dear.
Oh dear. No, Game Man Steph is up to P12. He is gaining on Bob bit by bit. He's taken a couple of tips off just in the last few corners. Hake has just got past Wadey. Wadey's still circling on the 32 lap old hards. Did a good job with these tyres. Yeah.
Blaze getting past Wadey as well there. Battle for P14, which is now battle for P15, is heating up a little bit too. As Narwhal with that front wing damage is massively costing them, as Olds and Adski close together. Olds on those 21 lap old hards. I think at some point soon, we should be thinking that as Game Man Steph getting past Bob, is that it is. They're side by side as they head through into turn 10, 11. As this is
Quick tip pits.
okay. So
Is in
Quick
the
Tid's
pits
going
with
for the hards. That's
Leo.
about standard. Blazed 3-second penalty, not ideal for them as Game Man Steph and Wadey swap in position. Game Man Steph, I think, might have to pit again, but will be a set of softs at the end of the race or towards the end. Wadey picks up a 3-second time penalty. That's not ideal, and that's the other pressure of doing a one stop around here is you get
Yellow flag.
more chances of penalties kicking in as that yellow flag I think is caused because Leonardo is going slowly, and that's not ideal for all. That Slow Dog slowly catching up with Mr. Tazo as there is a tyre offset here between the two of them, but sooner or later Tazo's tyres are going to be better than Slow Dog's.
Yeah, Slow Dog is on softs, 7-lap-old softs. Taz is on 10-lap-old mediums. If you're good enough like Harrison, you can make your softs last a lot longer than some of the medium runners. But I do agree that this tyre offset will swing back to Taz's favour at some point in the not too distant future.
As Wadey being dispatched by Bob there. They head down. Gaming Man Steph and Linkside Ventura still in, I think, the driving seats. Maybe no, the Chaz being in second massively helps. The point swing. Blazed has to pit again. There's a yellow flag. What is that for? I'm not 100% sure. There's a yellow flag for something as Adsky getting past Forensic Narwhal and Alds there as well. Wadey's front left is 74%. If Wadey can make it to lap 40, may be able to do a one-stop as Leonardo going very, very slowly. Unfortunately, that race is run for Leonardo. It's not ideal.
No, I think at this point he's just circling. He's 20th and last. He's a couple of laps. He's a lap down at least, and yeah, at this point, I think he's just wants to finish the race to score the point and hope that his teammate can do something. But unfortunately, Adsky is currently in 15th place, so the Haas team doesn't look like they're going to be winning the ASR this year.
Unfortunate for them. Let's Wicted is looking pretty rapid. Let's see what they can do. Obviously not a qualifying lap, but it's looking pretty good for them at the moment. P6. Again, I can't see them catching Harrison to the end of this race now, but another good showing from Quickdid in an ASR, unable to do the 5 in a row, but still plenty of race left in this one. 30 laps remaining, or just over.
Wadey is boxing this lap according to the spotter. Wadey will be boxing this lap.
Let's go back to the fight between Taz and Slow Dog. They're squabbling away like kids in a playground. They're back and forth constantly. It was Mr. Tazo and Adsky earlier. Now it's Mr. Tazo and Slow Dog. Adsky are also getting involved in this one. So we will probably... Well, we have been told Wadey is coming in this lap. Does Wadey pit? Wadey does not pit. As the Mercedes duo change places.
We will fire the spotter in this one. They gave us some tough information. Oh dear.
It's like the pit crews come out and to put off other teams.
Yeah, you do what Bob doesn't, basically. Yeah. Harrison has a 7.5 second lead from Chazza up front in P1, and Quicktid is 25 seconds back from Harrison. So if Quickly is to do the four peaks, he will need to really start wheeling in Harrison now.
So we've got Hake trying to get past Lynx Adventura for the battle for P8. Lynx has proven to be a tricky customer this evening. I know Narwhal probably was very frustrated that they couldn't get past the Division 4 runner-up this season, but Hake is also having similar difficulties getting past Lynx this evening. Sports Mad up in we've got our Division 1 drivers up towards the top end of the grid now, but it's taken longer than usual. Wadey is finally pitted, as
Finally,
is Forensic Narwhal. What is going up with? Let's go on board with Narwhal, see what tyres they put on, and
medium for Wadey.
it's a set of hards for Forensic Narwhal and a front wing change.
So that's Narwhal to the end of the race on that set of tyres, unless he has to stop for damage. Wadey does come out in P16. He is 14 seconds behind Alds, but Alds will probably have to stop again on 26 laps on hards. Wadey has managed to get out of Norris.
Interesting stuff going on, Mr. Tazo. He's only 5.6 seconds behind Bob. They're a good showing as I say that. Slow Dog gets past Mr. Tazo again. But I know we've already mentioned, but the tyre offset between the two will start swinging in Taz's favour in not too distant future. As coming around the final, coming at exit of turn 12 was pretty poor for Mr. Tazo. He will not be happy with himself for that one, as Slow Dog pulls off a little bit, as Blazed is now passed by Bob for the battle for P10. And, Hake's still behind the Mercedes. And Chaz still in second place. I think if Blazed can keep in that... If Blazed keeps in the top 11, RB have won it. I think it... But it also depends with how far
Blaze
Game
will have
Man
to stop
Steph
again.
and Lynx go up.
Blaze stops again. He has to stop again. It's 25 lap hards. Slow Dog, Tazo, and now Adski has joined this battle as well. And Adski will have a tyre offset on both of them. Adski's on 8 lap old hards, while Taz is on 15 lap old mediums. We've got a yellow flag, and I believe that is Leo. Yeah, Leo has come to a stop, but he has got going again.
Yeah, I think it's just to allow drivers through. Leo doesn't want to cause too many issues, but you've got to be careful, because that could bring out a safety car. And imagine that at this stage in the race. Harrison then leads by 10 seconds from Chaz, with Sky the Senpai in third place, 5 seconds further down. Chaz picks up a 3-second time penalty, which is not ideal. A swap of positions momentarily between Lynx and Hake. Hake's got a little bit of a better run as they come through turn 3 towards turn 4, but thinks better of making a move into that part of the track. But Lynx's back end is stepping out a little bit. Maybe the inexperience of a Division 4 driver showing there a little bit, and that's no disrespect to Lynx, it's just sometimes that's the way it goes. But showing good stuff at the moment nonetheless is Lynx. Blazed and Bob swapping positions as well. That's going to be interesting. Blaze's tyres are old, but so...
Hake goes for the move. Turn 10.
And off the track, that is very, very tight between the two of them. Around the outside, it's still side by side between them. Yellow flag again for Leo, trying to get out the way of drivers. But Hake stays behind Lynx Adventura for the time being. And the battle rages on between the two of them. Lap 42 very shortly for these as they head towards turn 1. The DRS was wide open for Hake as pulls to the inside. But the straight line speed that Lynx Adventura has gone is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I thought that move was a done deal coming into turn 10. But good defence in the end from Lynx, and was able to maintain position down the start-finish straight, even though Hake did have the DRS. good defense from Links Aventura there.
Maybe he got AI to do it for him. Hey, it is still battling away. What's that? Sportsmad, pretty good going at the top. I'm surprised we haven't seen Sportsmad back into the pits yet. 23 lap old tyres. Surely it's going to be pits sooner or later to get onto a set of mediums because they've had 2 sets of
They have had 2
softs.
sets of softs, yeah.
Chaz pits early on the mediums. That's a very interesting one from Chaz.
He's on to hards.
Maybe just didn't feel the tyres on for them. And the hards will definitely feel much better in a couple of laps' time. And is that in fresh air? It's pretty much in fresh air. And ahead of Lynx. But it has swung the championship or the point score towards Mercedes' favour.
All to pick up a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Meanwhile, Blaze has just boxed for a set of mediums. That will probably be him to the end of the race now on that set of tyres. But there'll be a race for the pit exit as Wadey is coming down the start-finish straight. But Blaze does just get out ahead of Wadey. But Wadey will have warmed up tyres. Can he hold on?
I think it'll be all right for the time being as Leo has retired in the race. So it's a shame for Leo. Looking like they were going to be battling very, very strongly at the early stages of this one, but it's just not been their night. As side by side between Lightshock and Sportsmad in turn 1, Quick did just behind as well. Top 5, all Division 1.
Sky the Senpai has just had a glitch. Leo's car was parked in the middle of the pit lane. It slowed Sky's car down ever so slightly, and that will be a problem because that means he's now come out behind Hake.
That's not ideal. Not ideal for Sky at all.
He's on mediums to the end of the race now.
So Sportsmad and Lightshock swapped places briefly, and Quick did coming through. Such a shame for Foshand. Game wasn't changing their wing, so Leonardo. Such a shame for Leonardo. Feel for them, and the struggle is definitely real through there. At this point on a Sunday, normal season, we would be just finishing qualifying or just about to start the race. But here, tonight, we're on lap 44 of 66. We are 2/3 of the way through the Grand Prix, and Sportsmad has finally pitted.
Off of 26 lap old soft tyres. That's good going, getting the softs to go 26 laps.
And onto a set of mediums they go. It looks like Gamerman Stemp and Lynx Adventura have got a absolute cracker of a... Ooh, trying to find a way through on Lynx, and it's just not happening. Lynx has turned that back end of a Mercedes into a double-decker bus.
Meanwhile, the division... we have Blaze with a 3-second time penalty, but meanwhile, Division 1 drivers are starting at the back. Harrison is leading the way. Lightshock is in P2. Quicktid's in P3. Steph is in P4, and Sportmad has just boxed and is down in P9. But will have fresh tyres and will cut his way through the field pretty quickly on these medium tyres once they're up to temperature.
It's battling away for P6 is really interesting. You've got Sky the Senpai and Sportsmad joining now as well as Lightshock has pitted. I don't know if the undercut is going to work in that favour for Sportsmad on Lightshock on this one. The yellow flag, there's a car around. I think that's forensic narwhal. That's not ideal.
It is narwhal, yes.
But the undercut has worked perfectly for Sportsmad. I didn't think it would, but ahead of Lightshock is Sportsmad on this occasion. and Link's Adventurer is now up into P5. Gamerman Steph in P3. They're doing well. It's currently the championship going their way, but they need Link's as Skyler Senpai goes around the outside. Oh, the back end of that Mercedes is not happy. I think I think Lynx is on a setup 5 as here comes Sportsmad around the outside into turn 7. This is close, this is tasty, and up into P6 goes Sportsmad.
Lightshot is on soft tyres and he is looking down. Oh, he was going for a move on Lynx, but Lynx holds on. But it's a matter of time. Lynx is on 21 lap mediums, and Lightshot has let him back through. Interesting. Okay, down the start finish straight we go. Lynx doesn't have DRS. Lightshot does, but Lightshot is too far back and can't do anything about that at the moment. It's as you were, Lightshot and Lynx 7-8.
Sky then being passed by Sportsmad as well, and now has Chaz up the road by 9 seconds. Hake and Taz have both pitted as well. So softs for Hake and Taz is softs as well. They're going to the end, and this is where we start seeing like where positions are going to be. We still got a few more pits. Bob and Link's Adventurer, maybe Steph as well. But this is the end game, as Marvel would say.
So Harrison is currently on 23 lap old hards. By my calculations, they won't go to the end. He will have to stop again, and will end up behind Quick who are on 13 lap old hards, who probably will get to the end. It's ain't over yet.
Yeah, it ain't over until, well, it's usually the fat lady sings, but I'm just going to say me sings, and it's I'm never going to sing. So Quick did, I mean, the pit stop here is about 27 seconds, 26, 27 seconds. So Harrison would lose that lead, but then they would only be like 6-7 seconds behind Quick did on fresh tyres, and Quick did would be in a world of pain. Mercedes still looking strong for this championship, but when Link's pits be behind Blaze, possibly, it's all to play for.
It really is. Chaz is upsetting the apple cart really on the Div 1 drivers. He's currently in P4. Lightshot and Sportmad behind him, and I think they would want to catch him up and get past him as soon as possible to have the top 5 being Div 1 drivers.
Really could do with some permutations being thrown and given to us at this point to let us know who would be where and how. Like, so obviously with the points down, 19th now, as into the pits goes Link's Adventurer. So they are coming in for their final pit of the Grand Prix. That 48 of 66 then, as Bob also pits. Following Link's in that one, as they'll be behind. Softs, though, for them. Does Bob pit for softs as well? It should be. Let's see. Yes.
Meanwhile, last lap, Slow Dog pitted for softs, as did Taz. So Slow Dog now has a 1 lap tyre advantage over Mr. Tazo in 14th, 15th place.
Good run for them. To the end of the Grand Prix now, I think Wadey's a question mark of needing to pit again. Norris will probably need to pit again. Quick did picks up a 3-second time penalty, and that hurts them massively in this Grand Prix. We'll probably see pits from Sparrow, Norris, and, well, I mean, Harrison took softs for 26 laps, I think. So
He did.
Chaz, you can't drive on the grass like that, mate. It's probably not good for the tyres. Yeah, it's
I still think Harrison needs to pit again. I think Steph needs to pit again. And as you say, Norris needs to pit again, as does Sparrow. I think they're the four that definitely need to pit again.
Yes.
I don't think Harrison will make these last to the end. 17 more laps. I just can't see it. If he does, fair play to the lad.
We will wait and see. He's got a 21-second gap at the moment at the front. So Game Man Steph is 5 seconds behind quickly. I'm sure we may see there pit again as Slow Dog moves to the inside of Bob down into turn 1, but the straight line speed just wasn't there. Mr. Tazo has a Ferrari just ahead of them. I think that Ferrari is Harrison lapping Mr. Tazo. Tazo's doing a really good job of just keeping in the keeping in the DRS, and he's being brought into this fight for P13. Smart play from the Kick Sauber driver right now. Narwhal, yeah, sorry, not Narwhal, Mr. Tazo doing a good job through that. I really want to see how this point system is going. It's still Mercedes, I think, right now, but the only other team, I think, is RB, the only other team that can do anything in this championship fight.
And as it stands at the moment, I think RB are winning it. Because obviously Steph was in third, Chaz was in fourth. But I think Steph's got a pit again, Chaz doesn't. And Blaze pitted recently, so has Lynx. And Blaze has had a link. So I think at this moment in time, I think it's RB's to lose.
It certainly is. As well, Blaze is being caught by Hake and Lynx Adventura. There's 5 seconds that way down the grid. Adski is going to go to the end of the Grand Prix. We are waiting to see if Game Man Steph is going to risk going to the end of the Grand Prix on those. We believe they will be pitting for a set of softs very, very shortly, probably in the next 3 to 4 laps. Say that, into the pits they go now. Steph will drop down and then be chasing. He will chase the rest of the field. Quickdid is doing a good job of holding that. Sorry, no, I should say it the other way around. Harrison is doing a good job of keeping Quickdid in that set 21-second mark as a mistake from Mr. Tazo? No. A mistake from Bob nearly lets a Slow Dog through. The fact that Bob and Tazo are so close on track, I'm getting confused at which Kick Sauber is which. But it's tight right now.
It really is, apart from at the front where Harrison, as you say, has a 21.5-second lead, plus the 3-second penalty that Quickdid has. That will make it a 24-second lead on the Red Bull driver. Olds, the other Red Bull driver who started on the second row of the grid, is currently down in P16. The closest gap right now is ARL Bob to Slow Dog to Tazo and Wadey. They're the 4 closest battles on track right now.
Wadey just got 8 up into turn 1 as well by Slow Dog and Bob. Feel for Wadey there. That was an impossible situation for them to be in, pretty much, as now Tazo's joining that company as Wadey moves out the way of Harrison, and that's allowed an easy
Tazo
move
go through.
for Tazo. I don't think Wadey realised that was Taz's.
That was cheeky from Tazo there. That was very cheeky. Just following Harrison's toe. Wadey's obviously done the right thing and ceded position to Harrison, and Taz has just gone, thank you very much, see you, bye.
Well, Harrison now is obviously getting to the end of the life of those hards, and originally it was going in favour of Taz. Now Taz is actually probably at a stage of being quicker.
Don't say it to him now. Taz will be getting a big head over that one. Taz quicker than Harrison.
Weirder things have happened.
It's true.
So Game Man Steph up into piece. Let's have a look at that. Game Man Steph all over the back of Sky the Senpai. Fresh tyres. Sports Mad is battling away with Chaz, and obviously now setting the fastest lap of the race, Steph has got past Sky quite easily, and definitely one to continue watching to see how that one will all pan out. But this is, yeah, this is well, this is to the end. 14 laps remaining of this one, and Harrison leads by 21 seconds. Yeah, nothing is set in stone.
No. Sportmad and Chazza are battling for the spot on the podium, and Chazza doesn't have DRS, whereas Sportmad does. The Sportmad has now dispatched of, I believe, F1XL Norris, who is now a lap down on those two cars. There was almost contact between the two cars there, and Chazza does lose vision to Sportmad going into the final corner. So Sportmad is now up to P3, Chaz down to P4, and Lightshock is closing that gap.
Steph setting the fastest lap again. Definitely to watch through on this one. I'm looking at the gap. It's 5 seconds between Chaz and Steph. And Chaz needs to stay in that battle. Yeah, it's really, really tight right now with how this one's going to end.
Yeah, with Steph setting fast lap after fast lap, he's going to claw that gap back to Chaz. No problem at all. Chaz has to just keep going, try and stay with the cars in front, but he has lost DRS to Sportmad, which will now leave him vulnerable to Lightshot behind.
It's gonna be. Let's go have a look at the details and the penalty situation, because this is something else that we've got to watch out for. 3 seconds to Quipdid, 3 seconds to Chaz, 9 seconds to Blazed, 6 seconds to Wadey, 13 to Alds, Sportsmag picking up 3 seconds as well, and Sparrow with 6 seconds. Look at the positions gained and lost, it's kind of obvious what will through all that. Let's go forward with... Slow Dog's made a little bit of a mistake. Gone grass cutting, and now that's alleviated the pressure on Bob, but has Mr. Tazo gonna come into play? We'll have to wait and see on that one. There's plenty of pit stops among us this evening as well. But back to the tyre screen on there. Slow Dog now has Mr. Tazo for company again for the final parts of this race.
I'm just checking through the incident report, and Harrison up front doesn't have any track limits violations at all, so he's not in danger of any sort of penalties. Lightshot, I believe, maybe one warning away from a time penalty, which will make the battle for the top 5 very interesting indeed, with Sportmad, Chazza, Lightshot potentially all on 3-second time penalties.
Yeah, it's I think this swings in favour of Mercedes with that 9 seconds to Blazed. It's so close between Blazed and Lynx. Commentator's curse, I think, from that. That helps Blazed massively as Lynx picks up a 3-second time penalty. Gamerman Steph needs to dispatch of Chaz, which is possible, especially with how quick that is being caught up. It really depends. Oh, goodness me, I can't maths right now.
Which team are you trying to maths?
Well, it's the time. Obviously, the penalties coming in, and it's just gonna. I think provisionally, Mercedes are the ones to win this. No other team other than RB are in there. Yeah, it's so tight. Light Shock and Chaz, though, fighting away, and it's to the outside. It's a 3-second time penalty to Sky, the senpai, and around the outside of turn 1 goes Light Shock as gets the move done on Chaz, and there is Game Man Steph in the Mercedes as well. And dive up the inside for Chaz? No, not on this occasion. But Light Shock's done a good job of, well, filling in last moment, very similar to Taz, and producing a good result.
Yeah, and on what could potentially be his last race in XL, I believe he did put a message into the Discord saying that this season would be his last for a while in XL. So going out on a high is Light Shock, currently P4. Obviously with Sparrow P19 he won't win the ASR, but on a personal note, a top 4 in the ASR would be a great result for him. But obviously with Sport Mode with that penalty as well, Light Shock just needs to pull back 2 seconds on Sport Mode and he gets a podium.
There wouldn't be a bad result for Light Shock at all. Penalties will definitely play a part in this one, as Chaz is weaving on the straight, aggressive weaving. I'm not sure what's going on there. And this could very well be for the ASR position, the ASR championship, whatever we want to call it. But obviously, Steph is effectively ahead of Chaz anyway. I think it will just be a matter of who finishes in between Blazed and Lynx. If there's multiple cars in between them, then it goes RB's way. If there's not, it goes Mercedes' way. I think that is all going off again. Mr. Tazo dropped away from Slow Dog a little bit.
Doing the quick maths, I have Blazed 1 minute and 6 behind Harrison, and is 9 seconds behind 9 seconds ahead of Lynx. So that 9 seconds that he's actually going to be time penalised, dropping below Hake. With Lynx time penalty, Lynx drops below ARL Bob and potentially Slow Dog and Mr. Tazo.
Taz needs to catch up for RB's sake, but I'll give it to Mercedes. They looked, early pit stop for Game Man Steph. Linked Adventurer technically be Div 4 driver, shouldn't really be up there, but has managed to hold on and done really a good job. Obviously, they've been helped by an issue with Leonardo. Just imagine if it feels like if Leonardo was up there, back where they were supposedly belonging, which was between Chaz and Sky, as that's a yellow flag for someone.
That was down the start of the straight.
Sparrow, I believe, having an Oh, Sparrow's got a puncture. Sparrow has a puncture. 35 laps on the hards. Maybe that's a warning to Harrison. Oh, goodness me. Look at that from Sparrow.
Yeah, that is a bad puncture. Front left has just gone hot.
Good luck getting that back to the pits.
And he's been given a time penalty as well for exceeding track limits. I'm not sure if it was a 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. It just goes from bad to worse for Sparrow.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Where is that? McLaren is...
He's only coming up to turn 5 now.
Yeah, that's horrible for Sparrow. Light Shock then, 15 lap old tyres. It's got Chaz probably. Chaz's tyres are probably now the better tyre to be on out of the two of them as they head on through. But Game Man Steph is still hounding away that RB as well. Yellow flag still for that McLaren, stricken now on the end. And, at the start of the race, it was very cloudy here in Spain. Maybe threats of rain, but it's definitely looking like it's cleared up and no rain on the cards.
Yeah, the rain in Spain has definitely not fallen on these F1 drivers today. So we've been blessed with some good dry, clean racing, which means we can see who is the fastest of the fast. And at the moment, it's proving likely it's going to be Mr. Harrison. A yellow flag again. That's for Sparrow. He's still not back to the pitch yet. Bless him.
Let's have a look at the other battle that's raging on. That is down in P11, which has Bob and Slow Dog there as a dispatch of Sparrow for another time. We haven't seen Harrison look like they go to the pits yet. They're going to the end of this Grand Prix, I think, which is a strong ask, especially when Sparrow's just exploded his tyres. And up the inside of Links Ventura is Bob as well as Slow Dog. Slow Dog couldn't get the move done. And that is the first time Bob has managed to dispatch Links in this race, as Links proving to be a very tricky customer. Up the inside, in just the background there, was Slow Dog on Links as well. Links is struggling overall for pace. He will stick it up the inside of turn 5 though. Slow Dog ghosted issue. Oh, interesting. That's not ideal for either of them, but Slow Dog. Oh, there's contact and a 3-second penalty. And that's slow. Oh, this has just made things even more confusing with the title permutations here, as thankfully for Links there is no damage to that Mercedes, or otherwise that could have been a big problem.
Yeah, but that does now mean that Links has dropped down to P13, and with those time penalties, he will drop down even further, which solidifies the RB's position in the ASR contention. Although Blaze does have that 10-second penalty, he will only drop down below Hake, so he will finish P10 if he continues the way he's going. Chazza has just been given another time penalty.
That's not ideal, but that should still be enough to finish directly behind Gamerman Steph through all this one. That's 63 of 66, 4 laps remaining. Harrison still leads the way by 19 seconds, though that gap has come down a little bit, but not a lot. So there is a battle for P8 of Adsky and Blazed, but not really for position. Hake is catching up as well. Lightshock and Chaz squabbling. Chaz and Game Man Steph squabbling away, and Chaz to the Game Man Steph up the inside with Chaz on the outside, and it's all done and dusted there for Game Man Steph. I think Chaz just needs to stick to the back end now of that one. Links though is dropped all the good work that Links put in this race. I don't know if they're just struggling overall for grip or what, but Links is struggling.
Yeah, he's on 14 lap soft, which probably be coming to the end of their sort of levels now. So he must be struggling, and he is potentially going to be overtaken by Mr. Tazo. If not this lap, it will probably happen next, as Tazo pulls to within 0.6 of Links in 13th place. 3 laps to go then before we get to the end of the season 27 ASR, and it's looking very good for Harrison right now.
It is indeed. I wonder how much lifting and coasting Harrison's going to have to do on those tyres, though. Be interested to see whether the Colin Brain. We've been commentating for 64 laps. My brain has just died. See if the commentary group or the race group that we've got, the spotters, whether they know the tyre wear of Harrison right now. But Quickdid is catching though, but definitely not enough to overtake.
No.
Sportsmad is 10 seconds further back. Lightshock is 10 seconds further back, but with Steph for company. Chaz is being reeled in by Sky the Senpai. I wonder. 6 seconds to the both of them, so that's not going to change too much. As Bob and Slow Dog swap positions, coming through, as the battling still raging on. You see Bob and Tazo there as well. No move was able to be made on Links Adventurer on this occasion for Mr. Tazo, but still fighting away. Adski trying to keep up with Blaze, but it's very, very close there. As Gamerman Steph, 0.4 of a second behind Lightshot. This is for position and could very well be a really, really feisty one. Steph in the better way because of the tyres. 14 lap old compared to Lightshot's 20.
Yeah, Lightshock is in a world of hurt right now. Steph has the tyre advantage. It would be a shame for Lightshock to lose out here, but unfortunately, he's probably going to lose his position down the start finish straight to start the final lap, if not before into turn 10. It's just when and where will Steph make that move?
Harrison has started the final lap. Let's see if Lynx can get on with anything with Mr. Tazo as they head down the start finish straight. Pulls to the inside. Definitely has a straight line speed advantage. That is incredible. Definitely gone setup one for Lynx. It has to be. Where is... yes, sorry, setup 5. The other way round. Harrison then, well, we might as well give some stream time to the driver that has absolutely done a fantastic job just tyre managing and producing a one-stop from soft to hard. Harrison that sounds quite sexual as well. 17 seconds in front of Quickdid as Harrison doing a wonderful job of just tyre managing and race management in this one. Started towards the back of the grid as most Division 1 drivers do, but they're rounding the final 2 corners now. Europe car is one of them, turn 13, and round the final corner of Catalunya and across the line to win the ASR, but it won't be winning the title. We'll have to wait and see where that one goes. Sparrow picks up a 3-second time, putting another one for their trouble. Quickdid is rounding the final corner now. We could get a spot of bother between Lightshock and Steph. I don't think so. Oulds picked doesn't serve the 10-second penalty, so that's them dropped and done. Finishing positions has finished for Lynx Adventura and stays ahead of Wadey, but quite far away from Blazed currently. Yellow flag is out. I think that is for Sparrow again, maybe? Yeah, Sparrow again, struggling through all that one. Chaz finishes across the line for Sky, the Senpai as well. They finish 7th, 8th to Blazed with... They're going to drop a fair few positions, but only behind Hake Jiao in all that, which is not too bad going for Blazed. And I think that definitely hands RB the advantage, and across the line, Blazed will be 10th, Chaz 6th, and there's 3 cars between Blazed and Lynx, and I think that hands RB the championship, and they were pretty much written off at the start. One of the teams that we weren't so sure on. We'll do one go through properly later. Some great drives throughout. I'll give you a bit of time, everyone who you think driver of the day should be, and maybe team of the day. But that was a solid race, wasn't it, Barnes?
It certainly was a solid race. Harrison doing Harrison things, coming from the sort of back couple of rows of the grid, making it up to P10 after the first lap, and then from there he just pulled, overtook, caught, overtook, and fair play, he made the one stop last. I genuinely thought he would have to stop again. He did 40 odd laps on the hard tyre, and yeah, fair play to Harrison. He is the ASR race winner.
Driver of the day has been given to Quickdid as race winner for most overtakes. Cleanest driver all given to Harrison, the fastest lap to Steph. We'll do a quick rundown of the order as Harrison, Quickdid and Sportsman on the podium, with Lightshock in 4th after a late call up this evening. Game Man Steph in 5th, 6th to Chaz, 7th to Sky, Adski in 8th, 9th to Hake and Blaze rounding out the top 10. Then you had Bob, Slowdog, Mr. Tazo, Lynx Adventura, Wadey, Oulds, Narwhal, Norris, Sparrow, and then unfortunately non-race finish for Leonardo there. RB win, I'm pretty certain through all that, but we'll go through the information properly very, very shortly. Let's just remind you who was in which car and obviously which team while all this is going ahead. Actually, no, before that, Barnes, who's your driver of the day for this one?
That's a good question. I have to say, well, obviously I expected the Div 1 guys to come through. My driver of the day, I think, has to be Chaz. He had it up front. He had that pace up front in the first stint. Obviously, Harrison then caught him, overtook him, and he finished the best of the rest. So for me, Chaz was driver of the day. But shout outs to Taz, Bob, Adsky, and Hake. They had some, and Slow Dog. They had some insane battles throughout the ASR, and yeah, that was very entertaining to watch. But yeah, my driver of the day is Chaz.
Yeah, that was a great drive from Chaz. Yeah, it's very difficult. Blazed had a really good race as well. You know, we could say for ages, sit here for ages, talking about it and what's what and all that. Yeah, that is that's that done. We've obviously got a few mathematical things to finish off, but it almost certain it's heading RB's way. It's a shame. There's no chance of getting a graphic done so late in the day. I guess for now we just at this point it's just a little bit of a we're gargling over nothing. We're talking about absolutely nothing at this point, Barnes. But when we look at Chaz, a qualified pole, but kind of out of nowhere, we definitely weren't expecting it.
No, wasn't expecting it at all. Although he has, obviously, he's a Div 2 driver, I thought that Leo would have been up there on pole because Leo has been very good at qualifying this season. So for Chaz to then come and do that and stick it on pole in the ASR, and then obviously he then had a bad start, managed to get back into the lead, and then just him, Leo and Sky just drove away from the chasing pack. They had like a 4 or 5 second gap, but the three of them just managed their tyres as best they could, and they ended up finishing the race and in the respectable positions. Apart from Leo, who was obviously had an awful race, and yeah, it's unfortunate for Leo.
Yeah, real unfortunate for that. Just trying to what? Yeah, but going back to obviously, Game Man Steph had a great race, pitted early because of that front wing damage. Olds should have done the same thing, and maybe we would be seeing Red Bull as the champions instead, because Olds had pace, obviously, with that qualifying pace and but struggled with that front wing damage for so long. That I think it was detrimental to his overall performance.
Yeah, he should have done exactly what Quickly did when he had front wing damage. He should have popped straight away, changed wing, changed strategy, and I think he would have come back, and I think he would have finished higher than where he did. I think he lost too much time, and obviously a load of positions without shaking the front wing, and that ultimately cost Red Bull.
We did on this occasion. Well, I putting it out that we're giving RB the champion. I don't know. Are we doing a special extra for the ASR? We probably will do. So we'll have a graphic signed up and ready for that one. But Barnes, for your first ASR commentary experience and commentary as a whole, how did you find that one?
I very much enjoyed it, and I felt a lot more comfortable having you in the comment box with me as a seasoned veteran of commentating. So yeah, I'm very excited to be able to say that my first comms was with yourself.
It was great, a great commentary session. I think it is 100% is always difficult, especially. I think I said early on. It was quite close at the beginning. It was possibly one of the closest ASRs we've ever received, and that ended up being quite true. Not many drivers get lapped. I think still over half the grid wasn't lapped, and the other half, a lot of them were only lapped towards the end of the race. So they put on a good show tonight.
They did put on a good show tonight. I think everyone, including Leo, he just had some very unfortunate bad luck. But the fact that everyone apart from Leo, who obviously pitted and retired from the race, everyone could come out of this race with their head held high. They all finished the race, and they deserve a huge round of applause and a nice cold shower because they're going to be absolutely sweating right now.
Yeah, especially the ones that we're racing in the UK, because let's have a look. This room is currently 34.8 degrees, and I'm just sat in here not doing anything. So yeah, it's a warm one right now. But there we go. ASR season 27 complete here and F1XL. We will have news of when the new season 28 will start. That will be out very shortly. I say very shortly, probably mid-June, when we finally get the game update release, whatever we want to call it. When more info on that, once it's stable. So this new season is going to be crazy nonetheless. But for now, before I roast alive, we're gonna finish the stream. We'll get this on to rewatch for people as quickly as possible. Olds, thank you so much for the subscribe on the Prime. Really appreciate it. It will help continue making Extra and F1XL look as cool it does when it goes on the stream. But for now, thank you very much, everybody. Barnes, any final words from you?
Yeah, so I've not done the maths for everyone, but RB got 26, Aston 24, Red Bull 24, Ferrari 23, Mercedes 22, McLaren 19, Alpine 18. Again, I've not done all of them, but I do think you're absolutely right. I think it will be a blazed and Chazza victory in the ASR. But one final huge shout out to all of the guys that we had spotting for us this evening. Your information has been massive once again. So big thank you to those guys. You know who you are. I won't say your names, but you know exactly who you are. So big thank you to you guys for that, and thank you from myself to you, Gareth, for seeing me through the last 3 hours of just pure mayhem.
Yeah, it was definitely pure mayhem. But no, thank you, Barnes. Great in the commentary box to have. That would have been terrible to do on your own, so it's always great to have someone alongside you. But it was a good mixture, I think, between the two of us. So yeah, worked well. So yeah, and echo your words of thanks to the spotters behind. That made it a hell of a lot easier. Yeah. Thank you everyone there. But for now, from Barnes and myself, thank you so much for watching or re-watching once this gets out on the relevant channels and whatnot. So, but for now, thank you so much, and we'll catch you next season.
Down the inside.
What a move! The Aston Martin driver is desperate to keep a hold of the position. Oh, how has he managed that as well?
Wow.
Will he go on the inside? Oh, he tried it. Oh, squidges
Ooh,
out.
big crash there. Turn 15, isn't it?
Oh, he's dropped. What a move for the SF.
Wow.
Charlie, world champion for the second time in a row.
Vidal is a four-time champion.
And Harvey is the F1XL Season 17 champion.